Anybody who sees them will be very happy for seeing a new masquerade. So at this juncture, it attracts tourism. But people will come from, both people from Onitsha, but so many people will come home to witness this thing as they come. So we entertain people with masquerades in form of carnival. Within that time, we see singers, people, musicians, people are happy. At times, we put on people, wrestlers, who finish wrestling. Anybody defeated may run away because he's not happy. But he claims the mother prepared him, but when he comes, an age mate throw him off. Some people can run away in shame. And finally, in our home, we used to introduce swimming competition for people to go and bath. You may win somebody in wrestling, but when he goes to that swimming, the person can win big prize. That's how we do it in OMENANI those days when we are young. See,
so the dog can beat the dog can beat the fish in the land race.
Yes,
then when they get to water, the fish will drown.
That makes it ceremonious. Because whether if you beat me if you throw me down and I go and win radio, you didn't get it, but I got something. But when we go to bath, I like that I can carry pour water for your mouth, you can't say anything. So that is the way it is. Like we do it at Monago or Bo and the Ney. The Ney own is spectacular because after the Jera, there's other festivals that that close up everything. And that during the time Jera will come out. People will come in the morning, everybody will go out to the Arrow to see there are climatologists who tells us the future, to tell us what happens the following year. So the moment they say everybody is hopeful, if you are a farmer and hear that we are farm products, we yield something this year, I think we put all efforts to make sure you get something reasonable. So that is the way we entertain them with Mao masquerades.
And now the point, our topic is the word, the phrase, OMENANI.
Okay.
And our challenge is to understand what the Igbo man means when he talks about OMENANI, OMENANI, OMENALA, ordinary, depending on dialectical differences, is all the same. And now you, in the first part of this interview, you are holding strongly, you are of the opinion that OMENALA has nothing to do with idolatry. Yeah? And that OMENALA is culture. And I was asking, what about those people who tell me all the time, I've been told that here in Umeri, I've been told that at Okija, I'm not a Christian. I'm OMENANI. Do you get me? So they feel OMENANI is their own religion, is their own way. And you say, and those people who tell me, like in Okija, for instance, were in Okija not long ago, and in different parts of Igbo land that we have gone to in the course of the work of the Center for Research in Igbo History and Culture. People tell me confidently, I'm not a Christian, I'm a Jew, and you say that OMENANI is not idolatry. And those people are definitely idolaters. And you insisting. Now, we want to look at the aspect of culture, the entertainment, the way the people relax, the way the people entertain themselves. And you have said that Igbos entertain themselves majorly with masquerades, different masquerades and different festivals. You have mentioned, what are some of those festivals you mentioned? Egwuonwu, Onwisa, Nta, and those things. Are those festivals not idolatrous? What happens? What do they do at Egwuonwu? Let's take Egwuonwu for instance. What do they do?
Egwuonwu happens after 3 months.
Yes.
The moment you grow you put your farm crops on the ground, and this thing, the radicals thing is happy that he has finished the cultivation. He's happy. That time you just kill cow, the family they eat. Then Onwe is
Ifechoko not an idol?
It's not an idol.
Ifechoko, don't they go somewhere and kill that fowl?
No. Look, the way you talk about it.
Yes.
Ifechoko, most of these festivals are made for farmers. Anybody who put it another term, Ifechoko means by the time you like, you have on one. This time is time for rest after Onwele. So they are waiting for rain indirectly. That's why I say spiritual development. People feel and name it that way.
So you are saying the Ifechoko is not idolatrous?
It's not. Where is it?
So that the chicken they kill it for them to eat. But what about the people who take the chicken to an idol to slaughter? I've seen it. I saw it a lot when I was young.
What said. But in our house, the moon, they are respecting these months. The month for rest. Normally January, February to March. So by early March, when they are doing, they start cultivating. Within April, May, you have that in Ijoko. Ijoko to my.
What about Akwali?
Akwali, yes. Akwali.
The festival, Akwali.
Akwali, I know it's a different. I'll come to that. So after Ijoko.
No, it's a, what we want to establish is a festival. It's a means of celebration for women. Is it idolatrous or not?
I will come on that.
No, I don't want us to address. I don't want us to discuss Akwali in detail. Okay. No, I don't want us to get to it and discuss it in detail.
Akwali is idolatry.
It's idolatry.
Yes.
Yes.
Marks.
What of Aninta?
It marks. I'm coming. It marks in their own way. It marks the time a woman is mature.
Is initiated into adulthood.
Yes.
So it's an initiation rite.
Yes.
It's a rite of passage.
Yes.
So you agree it's pure idolatry. What of Onwe Sa, Onwe To?
Onwe Sa. Onwe Sa is idolatry. But
what do they do at Onwe Sa?
What they normally do, the people the beggars who goes with Igbo family has to do their ceremony. But that entertainment something is the new masquerade. This masquerade does not mean it's not their property, but the town brought it to entertain people who come on the festival. The villages.
But the festival themselves
are
idolatry.
There are a group of people.
And this idolatry festival, the OMENANI people, the people who tell me across Igbo land that the OMENANI people, do they partake of it or not?
I want to tell you one thing.
Yes.
Before the OMENANI come, there's culture. Before those idolatry. They have laid down rules from the founders of the town. I think you understand me now. People who come together and lay down rules. Then out of that, the people who speak the same language. Do you understand me now?
Yes.
Say this is what we want. Any other thing is like doctrine. You go to the church, you have doctrine. Then commandments is there. You have to Roman Catholic will tell you, no pastor will marry. I don't know whether it's very good.
Okay.
You understand? So that is the area. But that's entertainment something.
But I agree that most of those festivals,
some of them
are idolatry. Which of them do you know that's not idolatrous? That's not idolatrous.
You told me now, but I told you it's not idolatry.
What do they do during the celebration?
Many people come on, farmers, they come on meeting. They group after, from January, December, they collect money. By the time they reach May, hardship come, they will take it and buy them and kill. And make ceremony.
No, you said earlier that Nta is for hunters.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That the festival Nta is for hunters.
The hunters will bring their own, but rich man, like I meet my father. My father used to have meetings. During that time. So the hunters will celebrate. What do? You see some doing magic. Somebody will come like every leader. Will come in public. People will see them because they are hunters. They shoot, you see somebody say he lay egg. But you know this thing is not feasible.
How do you say no, it's not feasible? Don't they do it?
It's a magic. It's part of their way of life.
Now, do you think they practice that magic with empty hands? Well, they don't have demonic
people are capable of
for men to lay eggs.
Some people are capable of hiding something. You don't know where they put it.
The popular festival at Arondizwo, where they go to untie a ram. That's a festival. It's in Igbo land. And they say it's culture. It's not idolatrous.
It's idolatrous.
It's pure
Those
idolatry.
group of pagans, they organize that one. Try to understand. They have laid down rules. Those people did not start that thing from the beginning of the time. It's either the hunters that make that work.
Okay, let's look at the masquerades. Let's look at masquerades. How many masquerades do you know? How many can we talk about? In the Anambra region, in Igbo land?
We have Uduguma, we have Ijele.
We have Ijele, we have Odumodu. We have Ayaka. We have Ayaka. We have Izaga. Down south, we have Epe. And so many of those. Now, how many of those are not idolatrous?
Ayaka is not idolatrous.
Ayaka?
At all. At all.
What do they do during Ayaka? Chief, you are being mischievous. You are being mischievous.
So I'm saying Ayaka, you know Ayaka. They play safe for children. They just look, that's all. You don't see them. So how can you say they are not killing and they are not making anything?
But before the Ayaka will come out, Odumodu will go about.
Does everybody know the mode? What is the mode?
Odumodu will go out now before Ayaka will go.
That's what you used to go. Do you know the mode? I know it. I know it because I'm a titled man. I'm fake.
I too am a titled man.
Good. I'm a pastor now.
No, before I was not born a pastor.
Have you ever seen the mode before?
Have
you seen
yes.
I'm telling you.
Yes, I've seen it. You know. But before the Ayaka masquerade will come out, and Odumodu is the leader of the Ayaka. Odumodu is the leader of the Ayaka now. He goes ahead and then he goes round.
Wait, Odeji is the leader of Ayaka. Odeji. Odumodu is the overall. They come from back.
He's overall. Chief is overall, but he's not a leader. So Odumodu is the head and leader of the Ayaka, and the Odumodu is able to run from one end. If there are 7, if there are 20 villages in a community, in a matter of an hour, the Odumodu will go around all of them. And come back, and Odumodu is able to appear here, appear there, and you say he does that by prayer. Nightmare. What's nightmare about it? So.
Respected for one thing. Do you understand me? Respected is that anytime he follows masquerade and come out. It's the right market.
It's respected for physical strength and endurance. It's respected for speed. That's able to Obas Globodo.
The one we go around to give information.
Okay. And Odumodu is known to be able to appear here, appear the other place, to be at 2 or 3 places at the same time. So you are saying that Odumodu is not idolatrous.
I say they don't do that. They don't disappear. They are no. I follow Odumodu.
So we are looking. We've considered certain festivals in Igbo land. We are considering the masquerades to look at how OMENANI comes into these things, and yet is different from idolatry. It's not tainted with idolatry.
For entertainment.
It's for entertainment. Another aspect of culture is how the people bury their dead. Funeral rites. How they bury their dead.
In this area are coming.
How does the OMENANI person in Igbo land bury his dead? And the idolaters, how do they bury their dead? Remember, what our audience, what we're trying to do is to help our audience understand the concept of OMENANI, and to divorce it, to separate it from paganism and the practice of idolatry.
As I can say, burial ceremonies actually reflect on how love people have for their themselves. In the ancient times, some people drop dead. They did the also come and, do you understand me now? Come and pierce their stomach and eat until decency come in. That is part of developing people's power and whatever. So now people decide to, initially, if a woman die anywhere, is not married, their brethren will come and carry her from anywhere back to home to bury. So as time goes on, culture changes. People modify things. You get it? So I can tell you one thing that is terrible. We started doing here is issue of taking daughters home. We started from Igbo, where somebody has born, forms, married so many places, and the children come.
Children in different places. Yes.
Finally, somebody has courage and got the body to take home. That brings about taking daughters home in Igbo land.
Yes.
That is what Nneyi did.
Yes.
Which made them have that climatological goddess there. So things like that. Everybody now knows the importance of burial. If you don't bury somebody and you are around, the person will decay and smell. You get it? And for women, they will continue to worry people spiritually. So, as a matter of fact, we bury people for sanity purposes. Secondly, if the children are not okay for burial, you just bury the person. One thing is buried, another is ceremony. Anybody buried?
No, our concern is not why people bury, but how do the Igbo people bury their dead?
Well, the ceremony.
That is what is cultural, how they bury their dead. So how do the Igbo people bury their dead? What do they do in the course of burying their dead?
Some of the times, if the person's parents, children are not around, they may like to preserve the corpse until the children can be able to see their mother or their father. Because if you can do that, you have problem. If you do that and the person is well off, like say you bury somebody today, the son come tomorrow, you have trouble. So we normally have patience to make sure the first son or daughter come and see the mother who is dead. And that is a situation where the person is available. What we normally do is that the community or the family will first rally around, confirm, then they will arrange chairs, arrangement for burial within 2 or 3 days so that the person will not spoil, the body will not corrode, will not spoil. So they will now inform the whole town. They shoot guns and start ceremony to bury the person. If the person is a pagan, he will be buried the other way. If he is a Christian, they call the pastor or the reverend father or whatever to come and pray and they bury the corpse. This follows some festival because we believe that the time we born somebody, happiness ensues. If somebody dies, the same thing. Because when you call people together, you have to entertain them. Because we know the value of human beings. So that is the way I know people's their ceremony.
Now, we have had reports of people dying and they are buried with people. Okay. A rich man dies and is buried with his servants. A strong man dies and it has to be, is this part of the OMENANI in Igbo?
No, I can't agree with you. If anybody does that, it's ritual. Some people will tell you Igbo died. I've seen Igbo who died. Nobody killed anybody to bury him. So I can't believe that.
No, that is you have seen,
I think you
have seen, but that is in contemporary times.
But in
contemporary times, but are you saying it was not happening in the past?
It was not happening in the past.
In Igbo land?
I had it, but I've not seen. So it's hearsay.
Because you have not been invited to participate in one ceremony.
People knows me. If people know that it's somebody that killed, but everybody will run away from the ceremony. You get it. If somebody dies, they take somebody to bury him. Nobody will come there.
Nobody will come there. You have a point there. Well, thank you so much. We are still here at the Center for Research in Igbo History and Culture. and we've been chatting with Chief John Egwuonwu, who happens also to be the Director for Culture here at the Center for Research in Igbo History and Culture. So we are here at Yeri House, and today is Tuesday, the 29th of June 2021, and the program is OKWU Igbo. You know, the way the Igbos use what particular phrases, adages, and usages by means of which the Igbo communicate among themselves. Our special interest today is on the phrase OMENANI, OMENANI Igbo, which some dialects call OMENALA. You know, and Chief Egwuonwu has been discussing this in part 1, and now in part 2, he has been helping us to understand the concept of OMENALA. And Chief, would you mind summarizing for us your thoughts on OMENALA?
Okay. Like I said, OMENALA, ORDINALA anyway, which is culture in English, it helps to develop human powers, mind, and spirit intellectually through arts and science, both music, that like you, from communication like you are doing now. So like you are doing now, it's a great job, and you have developed your brain to do this, and we are happy. So this is part of culture, to bring things together. We want to make Igbo race understand something. You understand? Understand their culture, make it one. So we have had this. In the second place, burial, the way we do it is for sanity. Secondly, to fulfill our culture. That's why we make sure we bury anybody. Whether he has money or not, we put the person to the cooler, the ground. So that when money comes, they do the ceremony. So ceremony is different, burial is different. So second, finally, I think we've now known that the Mao festival is meant for entertainment, not idolatry. It's not worshiping beggars. Mao is something laid down by the communities everywhere in Igbo land to entertain people. Some places, this helps people like children to remember their home. When you carry a child from here to Japan, when you remember video of masquerade in their home, it may be desirous to come and see these things, you know. So the note, I'm now telling you that those people calling about the OMENANI culture, paganism, they are baptizing the paganism. It is not true.
Thank you very much, Chief. So you out there, our friends, fellow Igbo people out there, and you lover of the Igbo people, you have had Chief Egwuonwu's views on the phrase OMENALA Igbo. You might have thoughts of your own to share on this. You might have comments. We'll gladly take them, and if necessary, we can revisit based on the reactions we get, based on the contributions and comments that we get as you listen to this interview with Chief Egwuonwu. You might have your own views on this particular issue, and on other issues we have discussed. Chief earlier today, Chief Obika, John Obika, was discussing with us on the phrase Igbo Ameze, Igbo Enweze, and he shed some powerful light. Actually, he questioned some concepts and conceptions about that. Yes, he really seriously challenged that in my mind, and it broadened our understanding of that phrase Igbo Ameze and its twin Igbo Enweze. And we have also had Chief Obeche Nemeka, who was discussing with us the Igbo phrase Ofo Nogu. These videos are available on this channel on YouTube. We want to encourage you. It's one way you can support this work, if you like it, to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you'll be able to see previous videos and follow previous discussions. And also, if you subscribe, it will make sure that you are immediately notified whenever we upload new videos on Igbo history and culture. So do us the favor, if you look slightly down below this video, you will see the word subscribe in red. Just click on it and you will be on. Thank you for being with us. We invite you to the next session. We will be talking about Onye Weteloji Wetelondo in our next discussion. So remember to subscribe so that you'll be able to follow that discussion. And thank you for being with us. God bless you. Thank you, Chief Egwuonwu. We are looking forward to having you again here at Eri House as we continue to explore the deep meanings of Igbo, of Igbo. Thank you very much. God bless you.